Big news in energy infrastructure. A major player in the proposed Trans-Alaska gas pipeline project has just sealed a strategic partnership with a South Korean steel giant, adding another layer to the already complex web of international agreements driving this ambitious venture. But here's where it gets controversial. Just days after finalizing a deal with Japan's top electricity producer, the project's lead developer, Glenfarne, has now partnered with POSCO International Corp, a South Korean steelmaker, to secure critical supplies and offtake commitments. This move raises questions about how these international ties will shape the pipeline's future, and whether they'll be enough to overcome the hurdles that have derailed similar projects in the past. Let's break it down. Glenfarne, which controls 75% of the Alaska LNG, aka LNG project, announced Thursday that POSCO will supply a significant portion of the steel needed for the 807-mile, 42-inch pressurized pipeline. In return, POSCO would purchase 1 million tons of liquefied natural gas, LNG, annually from the pipeline if it's built. This dual agreement is a calculated gamble, securing materials while guaranteeing buyers, a tactic crucial for proving the project's economic viability to investors. But how realistic is this? Critics argue that relying on foreign companies for both construction and sales might expose the project to geopolitical risks or supply chain disruptions, issues that could spark heated debates in the comments below. The pipeline's ultimate goal is to transport LNG from Alaska's North Slope to the Kenai Peninsula for domestic and international markets. Glenfarne isn't doing this alone, though. The remaining 25% of the project is managed by the state-owned Alaska Gasline Development Corp., with both entities operating under a joint subsidiary, 8-Star Alaska. Rex Cannon, co-president of 8-Star Alaska, has hinted at a final investment decision for the first phase by year-end. That phase would focus on serving in-state customers, while the second phase, expected to get the green light in 2026, would involve a gas treatment plant and an export terminal. Yet here's the catch. 8-Star Alaska hasn't yet secured enough gas purchase agreements from North Slope producers to meet projected demand, a shortfall that could stall progress. Funding remains the elephant in the room. Previous pipeline proposals collapsed due to financial shortfalls, and Glenfarne is actively seeking federal loans from the Trump administration and private investors to bridge the gap. The recent agreements with Japan and South Korea are seen as vital proof-of-concept steps, but they're not foolproof. For context, POSCO's parent company, POSCO Holdings, has been aggressively expanding its LNG business this year, partly to capitalize on Trump's push for increased U.S. exports. Since taking office, Trump has repeatedly championed Alaska's development, framing it as a cornerstone of his energy agenda. This alignment of political and corporate interests is no coincidence, but is it enough to guarantee success? Currently, Glenfarne has commitments for 12 million tons of annual LNG sales, falling short of the pipeline's planned 20 million ton capacity. Will this gap be filled in time? Or will the project join the ranks of abandoned energy dreams? The Alaska Beacon, an independent news outlet covering state government, reports that the stakes are higher than ever. And now, we want to hear from you. Do you think these international partnerships are the key to unlocking Alaska's energy potential? Or are they a risky gamble? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's spark a conversation about the future of this monumental project.